We can all agree racism is bad, full stop. It shouldn't require a discussion, which makes a new teacher union agreement in Minneapolis so confusing. The Free Beacon writes Minnesota Public Schools changes rules to lay off white teachers before minorities. Policy openly discriminates against white teachers based only on the color of their skin. This isn't a joke. The new contract makes race, not seniority, the deciding factor in future layoffs. Robert Padillo is here, famed civil rights attorney. How is this possibly fair?
Well, the school district and the teachers union are trying to remedy past discrimination. They recognize that for generations, they've been in the practice of both, one, underhiring minority teachers, and two, firing them first. In order to remedy this past discrimination, they've instituted a policy by which they would take into consideration groups that have experienced past prejudice when it comes to determining who will be laid off first. I think the bigger discussion has to be why so many teachers are being laid off and how do we prevent that from happening, and then that solves the underlying issue. We have to continue. We have to stop.
You make a great point.
Being a hobby.
No, you make a great point that at every turn teachers are under the gun here, and it's a helpless, thankless situation, especially after COVID right now. But just in terms of the policy itself, the idea of it, I think back to what Martin Luther King said at the memorial and how it relates to this policy. Take a listen.
Have a dream that my poor little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character.
Stipulate that we have not yet gotten, sadly, to that point in America. America still has issues with race. That said, how do we get beyond racism if we're constantly employing racism to get rid of past prejudices?
Well, one, that's a 16-minute long speech that's 671 words long. And for some reason, people snip out that one section. The remainder of the speech, in large part, is about the fact that they came to Washington to cash a check, which came up as insufficient funds when it came time to address the issues of African Americans. You have to have remedial actions put in place, or else you simply create a system that perpetuates the same past discriminatory actions. This school system decided that the best way to do so would be to ensure that you are keeping a certain number of disenfranchised groups, because students tend to have better outcomes when they can relate to and be educated by teachers who come from their same demographic background. You end up in a chicken and egg type situation.
Yeah, no,
I'm
trying to figure out
about remedying past discrimination.
I'm just trying to figure out, Robert, how it ends. How somebody finally at one point says, okay, we're going to ring the bell and say we're done, and now everything becomes merit-based.
Well, in America, for some reason, we think that something that took 300 years to break can get fixed in, 6 to 8 weeks in a immediate cycle. I think what has to happen is more so a discussion on how do we ensure that we are funding schools and funding teachers in such a way that they don't have to make these hard decisions. We saw in Florida this week, Ron DeSantis say that, well, anybody with 60 hours of college credit can get a temporary teaching certificate, and you'll be in charge of educating the next generation. As long as we treat teachers that way, we'll continue having these issues. The bigger conversation needs to be how can we make sure we don't have to start cutting teachers and making these decisions.
Right. Not only how can we not cut them, how can we pay them more? You point out very rightly that the next generation depends on it. Hey, Robert, this was a good discussion. We knew you were the right person for it. Thank you.
Thanks. Anytime.
Yeah, good to see you. Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.